Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California. You know, I was working my rainbow garden and I thought, wow, I haven't done anything on the deck for a while. So I figured I would give an update to you because look at the rainbow garden. Though it's okay, there's far more on the deck. Look at my firecracker plant. I don't know if you remember, but last year I had a little piece I got, I think it was from Home Depot, and I rooted it. It was like a little broken piece. And look at this, it's been throwing flowers. And so anyways, I'm excited about this because look how big it's grown. Here, I just still have all the hummingbird stuff set up. We don't have as many. Look, there's none right now. Oh no, they're over there. There they are. They come in the evening, maybe a couple hundred, but usually we have thousands. So I think they'll come back in the fall. This will be interesting because keep in mind, this is a garden tour, really not on hummingbirds. We have been feeding thousands of them, but we've also been in a very bad, severe drought. So they couldn't find enough food. Nature told them it is time to go. There is food everywhere. And believe you me, in one day they disappeared. I've heard they're in the deserts. They're everywhere there's been flowers, and there's going to be flowers all over the place. Isn't this cool? Now this one's bolted. This is interesting. This is lettuce. Now, if you look, see how the color has changed? It's kind of gone cloudy looking. We can eat this, but it's going to be bitter. So keep that in mind. This is good to put in a green drink, but you know, I don't mind the slight bitter taste. So I've been picking this along with other lettuce, and it's been fine. But it is starting to bolt, so I have to get serious on getting some more lettuce going. This is garlic chives. This is, oh, here's lettuce. Now see how bright this is and shiny? This will not be bitter. So I mix it. I'm growing lettuce here. Look at this in with my flowers. I think this is some salvia. I've got lettuce there. And then this came from last year. It is a salvia plant also. Let's see which one this one is. Look at that. It says blue. It looks purple to me. Isn't this gorgeous? It completely died back and now it's throwing more flowers. Mint, this is cuttings. Stuff I brought in the house. Look at this, just to make mint tea. And then I took it and I put it in a bag. Look at this. This is just a bag that when you get shipping, you know, stuff shipped to you in, put a little soil in there, and then I just dropped it in this waste paper basket that's covered in fabric. And look how beautiful it is. This is trying to send runners out. Now, if I had this in a tote and there were holes down here, it can actually go on the bottom. These runners can go underground and come out from the bottom of your pots. Keep that in mind. And then here's another one, also from last year, Salvia Hot Lips. And this is opening now. Aren't they beautiful? So I've got that in there. And then I've got, this is a marigold and a zinnia, and I'm growing this from seeds. So these are zinnias, and this is another marigold. Just some I started from seeds, and I've been putting them around. Oh, this is important. This is lettuce seed. If I want to grow some, I better get them off because goldfinch has been coming and pulling it off. And then I left some coconut core, and they've been coming for that too as well. This is garlic growing. And see the lettuce here, see how shiny, and see how some of it is starting. See the color difference? That's a good thing to see. See how this is dull? This will be bitter because it's going to bolt. This won't be bitter yet, but mix it up. It's fine. Let's keep going. More lettuce. Look at my coriander or cilantro has gone to seed. And that's okay. I'm going to collect the seeds. See the seeds there? Look at that. You can almost see the seeds. Look, I could collect it. I could use it, or I could throw it all over the place and let it grow. I know we're going to go into summer, but I'll throw it in shady areas. It should grow good too. Here's some broccoli. It's gone to flower. I hadn't picked it. More lettuce. I have lettuce everywhere. You know what has been fantastic? I have had lettuce almost every night as far as a salad, and we have not run short. So they look skimpy because we are picking the dickens out of them, but it has been fantastic. And I have stuck lettuce everywhere. And then this, I think this is a flat leaf parsley, more lettuce. Here's a bolting one. I'm letting a lot of them bolt because that's a good thing. And then I can collect the seeds, and this is how I grow all my lettuce. I only bought it once. It's a type of romaine. They only told me romaine. And I collect the seeds, and it grows here fantastic. So why should I try another one? I've tried some other lettuces. They haven't done well, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm really happy. These are also bolting, so they've kind of gone thin, and they're taking off. So let's kind of zip around here. Not too much is going on. More lettuce than anything. I've got a zucchini starting there. Here's another zinnia that's going to open up. This lettuce is perfect. I'll use that for dinner tonight. Now this is a rosy finch tomato, and it's already throwing tomatoes. I wouldn't want to take anything off. Some of you might say, hey, this is a small plant. You have to take the tomato flowers off right now and let the plant get bigger. The thing is, this plant only gets 8 inches tall. So this is going to be interesting. I've never grown that before. There's nothing in these pots. I actually set these up to get some fig cuttings. I want to get some branches, and they root really good when you put them in a tote like this in a pot. More lettuce, tomatoes and lettuce. Again, I don't think you'll see any red tomatoes. Well, there's one because I pick them as fast as they're ready. There hasn't been a ton of them, but there's been a lot of green ones. So I just pick them and use them because I'm going to have a salad tonight with some chicken. Then I've got, let's see, we've got some Swiss chard. This one looks like it's going to bolt too. And then I've got my purple curly kale. This is a cutting I did from the one in my yard. Let's turn around here. And I still have my seedlings. I haven't even grown them all. Planted them all. This is a brandywine. Gary's got one already. That's another cuttings. He's got to move that. See, I've got turmeric in here, but in the meantime, I can grow some lettuce. So I've got some young lettuce starting. Look, isn't that gorgeous? Even though this is bolting, look how shiny that is. This is going to taste good. This one too. So it's very interesting that sometimes they turn that dull color, and that's a sign of, being bitter, and sometimes they don't. Now, this is in the full shade, and that could be a reason because that one does get a little bit of sun. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Sow thistle. I actually add this to our salad. This is what the hummingbirds use to build their nests on. Goldfinches eat the seeds. The bees love the flowers. So I use some of it, the leaves for us. More lettuce. Anywhere I can stick lettuce, I am sticking lettuce. This is just some of my really fancy, it's some sort of brassica that we grow here in the yard. It's a hybrid, and it's been doing fantastic. Parsley, more lettuce. Look at that. And then my stevia back here, it's got a few flowers on it, but I'm making sure it doesn't get a lot of sun. Oregano, look how big that is. I have been making so many plants off of this, it's not funny. Just some mint and more oregano. That's another plant I made. There's that tomato I did the video on. I haven't done anything yet. I've got the seedlings that came up that are growing. I've got the 2 that I planted back there that are growing, and I still have the original plant, and I'm getting close to thinking about taking out the original plant. It looks like it's struggling. And I would be better off, really, to let some of those take off, and I'll probably do that fairly soon. But look at this. Now, this is not the first fruit we have been picking. Can you believe how big this is? Look at that. And it's growing in a 1-gallon container. That's it. Look at that. In a 1-gallon container, sitting in this little thing that's about 5 inches, 4 inches. Oh, and beans. We've been picking beans. I've got one left on here. No, there's a couple more back there. But this is not my first. We already used one. You can see that one was taken off right in there. And then we've got more back there. So if you're thinking, how small can you go? Remember, this had my kitchen compost on the bottom. Yes, fresh matter. And then I topped it with a little bit of potting soil, put my plant in there, and it has been going gangbusters. That is just fantastic. Here, you need to do a lot of cleaning up still. This is the other brandywine that I planted. There's a video on that. There it is. And now it's just starting tomatoes. So it threw a couple tomatoes, and this one took here. Threw the same thing. It was like 3 tomatoes on one of these spurs. See how it comes up? The flowers, and then the strongest one survives. But keep in mind, these are going to be big tomatoes, so that's okay. This lettuce all went to seed. I'm going to let it do its thing. See the seeds? I shouldn't pick them, but I'll show you. I take this and just sprinkle them anywhere, usually not here, and then I harvest from them, and you can harvest for months. Oh, the chickens are making a lot of noise. Okay, my radishes are done. They completely went to seed. Some of them had these beautiful purple flowers, and some had white flowers. There they are. I've actually left that for the pollinators. I'm not going to do anything right now, and I'll take that out and do something with it later. This is another zucchini. Now this one is growing in one of those 4-gallon dishpans, and when the water comes out, it comes out here. See? So it waters this one if I overwater it, but look at that. I don't know if there's fruit starting on this or just flowers, trying to get you in there. It's kind of a combination of both. They're small. Now I've got potatoes there. I think this is the purple potato. This is just regular potatoes from the grocery store. I had some starting to grow, and look at this. I can see, this should not be, but see it's uncovered. I got potatoes grow. Oh, look, 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 look. The potatoes poking out, poking out. You know, the green ones, you're not supposed to do this. You got to cover it. The green ones, I'll just use it to regrow. That's not a problem. But the ones underneath, I'll eat. Lettuce everywhere I can. And that's something all full in there. I got to get something in there. Potting soil or soil from the ground, anything I can get, I will put it there. This has got a couple carrots in there, the last of my spinach, more lettuce. This looks like a radish. I put a couple more radishes in there. Again, more of my cilantro all went to seed. It's got a lot of seeds on there. So I'll collect them and I'll grow them in a really cool shaded area. I have not done anything. I haven't even done the video how I build these. I'm not sure if I'm going to set these up here. Let's see what's back there. Got a Swiss chard. This shouldn't even be here. A Swiss chard back there, which is going to seed. And my moringa that's been on here for 2 years. Let me just sit this here. Now this is the lettuce field. This has kind of outdone itself. See, they're little, though I am still picking these and using the small ones and transplanting them, and they're growing. But I really should start another one. Sprinkle all the seeds in there because they last for 6 months. I can go back. They will not grow like this. Lettuce can't grow and take off and get its size in a small container like this, being bunched up like this. If I had 4 or 5 in there, they'd be massive like you saw the other ones. So what I'm going to do is continue to harvest from here, but I'm going to start a new one because this has been going, I think, since October. So it's been going 7 months already. This is nothing. I just got to get rid of it. This is that lettuce growing in the dollar store. Gosh, I tried to stick a couple more things in there. I've got some weeds that start, but they don't grow. Soil's not good. I keep wanting to see if it will correct itself, but it hasn't. So it's from the dollar store. Those little bags for $1, $1.25, definitely not worth it. More lettuce. Now this is starting to go a little light. I'll probably use that for dinner tonight. Here is the sow thistle. This is just some brassicas. Nothing in there. Just didn't get to it, but I've got a tomato coming up, but I didn't plant it. Nothing there. This is the green sorrel. This is really good. I use that for our eggs. And then I've got celery in there and some brassicas. Nothing much. Purple tree colored. I might chop this down and let the side shoots grow and get it bunched up, and it'll look really nice, like a little bushy tree, because I do put that in our eggs. More lettuce. Look at that. Now this, what you should do is anything that you're not going to eat, should remove it. I just didn't get to this. And then do whatever you want with this, because the plant is trying to take care of something that is already not doing it any good anyways. But this is going to have beautiful seeds. I've got to get a ton of this growing. And then I'll show you what we'll do with this in a minute. A tomato plant. I've got to put my 1/4-inch irrigation tubing around that. Look at all the little tomatoes. Whoops, sorry about that. So that got quite tall. I could top it, but I think I'm just going to leave it for right now. And then more lettuce going to seed. So see, this is still growing. So I can just water this really good. There's nothing in this middle one yet. I was going to plant something, didn't get to it. This is that little doodad I made for the hummingbirds. So they're out of the sun, out of the rain, and I need to fill that feeder too. Okay, going back here. Again, this is the back side. You already saw this. Lettuce, broccoli, mustard is all over. If you see these, this is mustard. See, that mustard is yellow. I'm not going to eat that. So what you want to do is take that stuff off, and then you want to put it in something like, here's a pitcher, and I just put it in there. If this gets full and it all breaks down, use that soil. That is the greatest compost. It's finished compost. But right now I just keep pushing it in, and the worms keep eating it. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at this lettuce. Look at the size of that. Definitely using that for dinner tonight. Isn't this gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. And notice how big it is. Why? Because it's sitting next to the pitcher. Keep that in mind, because it's getting fed. Lettuce likes a lot of food. It's not a heavy feeder, but when you feed it a lot, this is what you'll get. Great big leaves. But it does need a lot of water. So when I fill this up with water, the water runs out of the pitchers. Go watch the video. And it is just feeding that lettuce and this one too. Then here is broccoli, and then tomato plants through here, and my tricolored sage. Look at that. We went all the way around. Here is a head that's trying to form on the cabbage. This is another brown. Oh, this was the purple sprouting broccoli, and this is what the flowers look like. Another cutting I did. Isn't that gorgeous? This is a purple tree colored. And then these are just some flowers here that could use a little grooming. And my water features, I haven't done that video. I have to show you how I make that. The hummingbirds love it. And then again, another feature, tree colored. This is celery, and then more lettuce I just stuck around. And that's it. We have made a complete circle. There has been so much food on this deck, it is just not funny. Look at this, my spider plant. Isn't that something? Oh, and then look, I started a bunch of peas down here, but I haven't let it grow. There is lettuce in there too, because I'm going to compost that, and then I'm going to start the peas I really want, but I'm going to use all the soil and everything out of there. It'll give the peas exactly what they need to get them going. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. This is my little work table. I'm taking some of the lettuce and the different greens. This is squash, and this is mustard and lettuce. And what I can do is when this dries out, and these are just leaves, no stems, you can crumble it up, and then you can use that as mulch for the top of your plants, and it's fantastic. So I guess with that, have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed this quick video around the deck. And look, if you have a small area, you can grow a ton of food, because I'm telling you, we are growing a ton. And I have been making salad every night, a great big bowl. Gary and I have been eating, and we just have more and more all the time. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye.